Hey, Peace Catalyst family. I hope you're all doing well and staying healthy. I have been processing everything happening in our country right now and have just been hurt and angered and saddened by the countless Black lives that have been lost at the hands of police brutality. Have been angered again and again by the cases that continue to come up in the media, and have been finding courage and hope in finding various ways to show up in this conversation and show up in this fight for freedom and justice and equity and equality for the Black community in America. And one of those ways that I found hope and courage in showing up in this space is by facilitating a prayer and empathy table with friends from multiple churches here in DC. And I think we've seen the power of presence through that table because Jesus always showed up. He was always present. I mean, Emmanuel means God with us. And so I've found power in just being present and showing up to the fight for justice and equality and equity. And I've also been encouraged by this concept that Jesus said we would do even greater things than what he did in his time, which gives me a sense of hope that we can change our communities, that we can transform policies, that we can break chains and see mountains move and see barriers broken down in the name of Jesus by the hand of God working through us in our communities, in our society, in our country. And we have to work together, though. We have to come together and we have to listen to the Black community who has been living this reality for as long as our country has existed. And we have to work with them to figure out how we can move forward together. And that takes courage, that takes humility, and I think above all it takes a hope that we can see change, we can see transformation. So I just want to encourage us all in that, and also want to invite you to a conversation that we're having next week on July 1st about racial reconciliation and justice within the Muslim and Christian faith communities. So you can find all the details below, but let's show up, let's be present, let's ask God how we can be active in this work, in this conversation, in this growth process, this transformation process, from being a society that views certain lives as less than to being one that sees them as our equals and our partners and even above us because of all that they have gone through at the hands of racial injustice. May God be with you this week, and I pray that he would continue to soften our hearts and open our minds to listen. Be well.